Today I'm joined by well-known and respected mining identity, John Jones, who's chairman of TSX-V listed Altan Rio Minerals. Altan is exploring in the highly successful gold-producing region of Southern Cross in Western Australia. Welcome, John.
Thank you.
You've amassed over 40 years plus in the mining sector. I guess, for those watching, what got you into exploration in the first place?
Look, I got involved in about 67 in a nickel discovery north of Kalgoorlie. And I'm not saying I'm a frustrated nickel explorer, because I'm delighted that we're in the gold business. Clearly I was with North Kalgoorlie Mines, which is now the super pit at Kalgoorlie. I've been a veteran of 14 mine developments, starting at Kalgoorlie, up at Sandstone and WA, Southern previously here at Southern Cross, and of course overseas in Brazil, Argentina and British Guiana. So I have an absolute exciting passion to be chasing, looking and exploring.
Maybe you could talk a little bit more around what drew, I guess, you and Altan Rio to the Southern Cross region in Western Australia.
Look, I have no hesitation in highlighting the exploration potential north of Southern Cross is more the fact that all previous exploration since 1987 has ignored a serious drilling from Southern Cross to Bullfinch. All efforts with the famous Sons of Gawler company couldn't convince them to, when we had a joint venture wearing my Troy hat, we couldn't convince them to do much work north of Southern Cross. So I can assure you it is hopelessly underexplored, and 28 kilometres is a significant strike metres. And we are focused, clearly we're looking at other geophysical techniques that might help us sort of locate some of these, looking for new targets. We have some lakes and sand hills. We have a zone there just north of Southern Cross. For God's sake, there's 4 kilometres. There's no evidence of mineralisation of any consequence. But on either side, you've got the Fraser mine right in the town at Southern Cross. And you've got all the other mines going north towards Bullfinch. Look, I'd make no apology. We have been, for the last 12, 18 months, negotiating with the farmers. We've got everything cleared. We can perhaps improve on our targeting technique, but there are plenty of geochem targets. In all, we have about 28 targets as we speak. So this year, there's not much more we can do other than drill. So there will be a significant ongoing news flow from drilling. Clearly, we may have to look at further funding. It depends. We have some low-grade stockpiles that we could look at once the mill, I understand the mill at Marvalock comes on stream about, I think it's June, July, early June. So we can, when the mill's up and running again, which will be far more efficient, we'd be very excited about having some ore that we could take to the mill in conjunction with the owner of the mill, who's our joint venture partner. It's very important to have that aspect. You can go out and explore, but we don't have to come up with millions of ounces to justify starting a mine. Anything, 50, 100, 200,000, 500,000 ounces, there's a mill there, and inevitably these mills become quite hungry. They burn up ore bodies like there's no tomorrow. So I have, and the infrastructure, you're only 4 hours from the capital of Western Australia, being Perth, and you're 2 hours away from Kalgoorlie. There's a lot of service stuff. If we're mining, contractors, drillers, we're not having too many issues. I don't expect to have too many issues going forward when it comes to mining and drilling and all that sort of stuff.
So, John, maybe you could provide a bit of an overview, I guess, of exploration that's taken place by Altan Rio in Southern Cross to date, and talk about what I guess this exploration and mineralisation has told you about the potential for a significant discovery in the Southern Cross?
Yes, look, there's no doubt we, in conjunction with the vendor of the property, we have, in recent times, we've done geological mapping, we've done interrogated all the databases. That's how we identified 28 targets. We've done ground magnetics on quite a lot of the tenement, a lot of the strike meters. And we've identified certain rock units that are very favorable. There is an ore body immediately south of us, in addition to the Fraser mine, slightly west by a few, say a kilometre, is another ore body, the Golden Pig, which is BIF related. So we have done quite a lot of work, and we're still looking at geophysics to see what else we can establish. But nothing beats putting a drill hole down, and I look forward to, we're drilling under a known pit with good grade, and we're trying to see what its dimensions are. The gold price is a long way up from $600 an ounce in 2005. So, when it's in Australian dollars, it's 2,500 thereabouts. It's an exciting sort of economics potential exists. Where you've got infrastructure and you don't have to justify the capex of building mills and stuff. And this new mill, rehab of the Bartow mill, it's going to have the capacity in the order of 2.2 million tonnes. And a mill like that will carry very competitive economics and costs. And because it's our joint venture partner, we have negotiated very interesting, terms that make it realistic for us to tackle. I suspect we could tackle ore bodies down to 1 and 1.5 grams. But, thing to keep in the back of our minds, the Southern Cross Fraser mine and the Golden Pig mine were two of the highest grade ore bodies in the entire Southern Cross, Bullfinch, down to Marvel Lock mines that have been operated. So that, to me, our position is a promoter's dream. And we're not frightened of promoting based on success. Don't have any doubts. If we come up with some good drill results, we would be looking for ways of fast tracking that, any success towards feasibilities, mine planning, and accessing the mill. So, we obviously mean business, but we obviously want the drill results to tell us how we're traveling, and we're not many weeks away from completing our first drilling campaign and see what we deliver.
The Southern Cross Greenstone Belt has historically produced 12 million ounces from mining. I guess, why do you think, John, that there is still potential for a significant discovery?
Oh, it's probably the 5th largest producing greenstone belt in Western Australia, and clearly it is underexplored, running north towards Copperhead, Bullfinch from the Southern Cross town site, and it's hopelessly underexplored and hopelessly lacking deeper drilling. And I believe very passionately, I'm very excited that, having operated 2 or 3 mines there under the Troy hat, that there was more things to do. And that's based on geologists that were operating in the Sons of Gaulia camp back in history.
Start of the new year, John. What do investors have to look forward to from Altan Rio and its exploration campaign, Southern Cross?
We were drilling just before Christmas. The laboratories are all choked up at that time. They're all open for business. We've all had our Christmas, New Year holidays. The industry's back at work. We're now still drilling as we speak. So what we can look forward to is completing the first 2,000 metres. We'll see what results we get, and we will look at other targets are being considered. And I think it's just a matter of, it'll just be an ongoing attack on the targets, trying to prioritise them. When you've got 28 targets, there's a bit of a fascination, but most of the farmers are very supportive of us. The local community, the Shire's very keen to allow us to take haul trucks through Southern Cross, the town site, and get down to the mill. So we have an engineer engaged. He's been looking at, we've been trying to look at modelling some of the characteristics around the old pilot mine. So we've got a good understanding of what we need to do, and obviously the current pit has some water in it, so we have to, if we wanted to revamp it and get it up and running, we've got to find a place to put the water back on the salt lakes south of us. There's an option, and there are other options, of course. And you know, in mining, it does take some time, but where you don't have to go through that extensive feasibilities to build a mill, I would have to put our investors on alert that we will be looking for the quickest way to get into production. If the drills deliver us a tangible result, we'll just be wanting to dig it up.
And lastly, is there a dual listing on the ASX on the cards?
I have been involved in listings on the TSX in Canada. I don't have any hesitation in seeking to have connecting this very significant gold asset here in Australia with a listing on the ASX as soon as practicable. I think success will be, we'll be able to drive at that listing with a great deal of confidence, and let's see what the drills deliver in the first 6 months. But we have already been looking at our options, and we will be doing, we are in a position to go forward.
Sounds like an extremely exciting year ahead for Altan Rio in the Southern Cross region, John. Look, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.